Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome back.
Thanks for waiting a whole week to speak to us.
You need to learn how to say whole
wheat.
I will never drop that.
I'll never drop music.
Anyway, today we're talking about all things sparkly and expensive.
Diamonds. Ooh.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Anyway, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome
The Unfiltered Bride Podcast. Tips from the top table and beyond.
so you know it's going to be juicy.
Has been sponsored by the wonderful Crafty Lab. Unless you've been living under a rock, you'll know that I got married last year, and these guys created one of my favourite elements of the wedding.
Oh, I love them. These were your newspapers, weren't they?
Yes. So we used them as a little guide to the day for guests. So we included order of the day, crossword, bridal party names, our love story, QR codes for image sharing, Spotify playlist link, and believe it or not, more things. It was so personal, and you know that I love a bit of personality in a wedding.
They're professionally designed for each couple, so it's not just a template that someone else will have. Each couple gets a truly unique newspaper. They don't print until you're 100% happy to, so even for you type A brides, you'll love them.
They have amazing customer service. They really cared and went above and beyond to make sure that we were happy, which we were. A small business with a big heart.
You can have them anywhere and everywhere, and you even had them in the taxis on the way to the ceremony and dotted around the venue. But I've also seen them on ceremony chairs, wedding breakfast tables, and in accommodation. And at 89p a copy, why wouldn't you?
So head to thecraftylab.co.uk to secure your spot in their order book. But be quick, there are limited slots for each month, and once they're gone, they're gone.
So get them booked. You definitely don't want to miss out. If you're wanting to find out more, we've popped their details in the description below. So I'm not going to lie. I don't know too much about this topic.
I'm not going to lie either. I don't. I'm just going to give my thoughts and you give your thoughts.
Like, I don't know if it's something that gets not forgotten about, but it's kind of one of the things that are just like, the engagement ring's a biggie, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
let's be
FYI,
real.
it's jewellery, by the way, guys.
Oh, did we not? Oh.
We didn't even tell them. So jewellery is the topic of today.
Yeah, so yeah, I feel like the engagement ring's a big one.
Should we start there then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's important.
All right.
So,
how much choice should you have on your engagement ring?
I think a little bit.
How much is a little bit?
Like, look, hun, if you're going to get me one that I just don't like, just don't buy it.
Are you allowed to tell someone you don't like your engagement ring?
Oh, fuck.
I say yes. You literally have to wear that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but like, I don't know the rules and regulations between rings. Like, can you take a ring back?
Oh.
You laughed at me, but you didn't know the answer.
It depends. I guess if you get it from a high street jeweler, you probably can do something, I would imagine.
Ring Holly. Okay, for anyone who don't know, Holly Robertson Jewellery. The best in the game.
Okay, let's hold it. She won't answer. She never answers. In fact, I'll pay money if she answers.
Put it on
this phone.
speaker.
This is her one chance to be on the podcast. Holly, if I'm not even going to tell you about this phone call because she listens.
Hi there, you've reached Holly from Holly Robinson.
Shut up, Holly.
She's got such a cute voice.
She's not like that in real life.
Can you text her then and say, please answer? I need this SOS.
She'll probably be being a mum.
SOS urgent.
Oh, Holly said on the phone to HMRC.
Wow, put the phone down and put me on the podcast.
This is way more important. Okay.
Anyway, we'll wait to hear Holly's response. But yeah, like, I personally, it would break my heart if I had to tell Jack I didn't like the ring.
I totally agree. It's not a nice conversation to have. However, that is literally what you're wearing for the rest of your life. Could
you learn to love it?
Let
us know.
Yeah.
Let us know in our DMs. Is your engagement ring?
Do you like it?
Yeah. Rate
out
it.
of 10. Do you actually? Because she said, I said, can you return a ring if the bride doesn't like it? And she put, you as in me or another jeweler. Would you accept a swap? The problem is she does like bespoke jewelry. Mm-hmm. So she's going to be like, nah.
We'll get onto that.
Okay.
I don't know. I personally think you need to drop enough fucking hints about what style you like.
Yeah.
But I know some people that have like not told anybody they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, sometimes you can show your friends or your mom or like blah, blah, blah. No, like no one. Like Jack's brother just went.
That scares me.
But I think he know kind of what type she wanted.
I have told Brian for the last 12 years, this is what I like. And then we do the thing where you walk past the shop and you go, of all those 5 rings, which one would you pick for me?
And TikTok at the moment, it's like, how well do you know your
Yeah,
partner?
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's always an option. But Jack says to me, the more you talk about it, the less I'm going to do it. He's like, because
Yeah.
it feels like you're asking me. How do you feel
Oh, don't ask me this question.
about in a traditional relationship,
Yeah.
the female proposing to the man?
So I would say that Brian and I have a pretty untraditional relationship. We both, he does cooking and cleaning probably more than I do. I probably maybe work more than he does. I'm putting them in massive things before Brian cries and cuts this out. But like I'm out of the house.
You're
working.
degrading him. You are,
Sorry, why is that degrading?
because he's not known as the house husband. Despite
What's wrong with being a house husband? Even if he was
me joking about it, because he doesn't want to be a house husband.
No. So I said I'm out of the house working more, which is true, and he definitely does more cooking and cleaning than I do. No, you're being sexist right now.
I am.
Why is that any different?
I'm not saying that, but I just want to give Brian some credit.
Oh, Brian works a lot. Brian works, but I'm out of the house more.
Think he wants to be labelled as what you're labelling him.
You've taken that out of context. I said I'm out of the house working more. No, fuck that. I work more than Brian, don't I? I can't see him. The light's covering. I work more than Brian. He does cooks every night.
But
Yeah.
let's be fair.
You what?
This is what I mean. I think
Yeah,
you
I raised
had
our child.
Brian had his time working.
Yeah,
loads.
definitely. I've got no issue with it.
You didn't,
Yeah.
and then now you swapped.
Yes, and that's what I mean. This is what I mean by we have
Cool.
an untraditional. I love what we have going on, and in 10 years' time, it might be different again. I hope it will be because I just don't want to do anything. But we have.
Don't put your wedding in 10 years' time, then, gals and boys.
I think we have quite an untraditional relationship,
Yep.
and I still wouldn't want to be the person who proposes.
Why?
Because I feel like
Don't be sexist.
I'm trying not to be sexist. I feel like it's a rite of passage.
It's like a pride thing for me.
It feels again. Some people have different opinions because of their relationship, because of many factors. Cool, fine. I would never have proposed to Brian because all I would get is shit from people like you constantly being like, you had to make Brian marry you.
I said this to Jack before, like, how would you feel if I proposed to you?
Oh, he'd say no.
He was like, no, it's my...
It's his job.
I should propose
boy
to
job.
you. He said, what you can do if I can buy me a ring?
Yeah, do you do a ring? My favourite
I'd buy myself a ring. Okay, no worries.
I love same-sex proposals where one goes down to propose and then the other one has the ring as well and then they both propose is my favourite.
I think that's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
But sorry, yeah, no, I don't. I would never have proposed to Brian, but so I would never have asked Brian to marry me. However, I'm comfortable asking him
To propose
twice a week. When are we getting engaged? But thankfully,
okay.
that's a whole chapter of our lives done now.
So you got your engagement ring. So let's talk about the engagement ring. Money, cost.
So I'm
not asking you how much yours cost, by the way.
I'm not going to tell you.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Did you ask?
No, but we had an insurance document and I looked. I knew what he would roughly spend anyway.
Was it like what you expected, or was it less, or was it more? Were you bothered?
So I'm not bothered. I would have cared if it was 50 quid. Like that's kind of
rude.
Yeah. Like my main issue was that I wanted there to be effort put into it. I wanted there to be thought in it. You're looking at my ring now. I should have cleaned it before this episode. I wanted it to be right and I wanted it to be what I like, but I didn't care if it was, well, like this is the other problem. I would have cared if he spent too much. Because like, why are you wasting
So
that?
give me a rule of thumb.
I don't know, because I also don't believe in the 3-month salary thing. That's so much money. I don't want you to spend 3 months salary on my engagement ring.
Depends what you put through the business. Brian doesn't earn anything.
Yeah, we don't earn nothing.
Avoid the tax man.
Yeah, but what's a standard salary?
Average
30
salary
grand.
in the UK is probably about 30 grand.
So what's 3 months salary of 30 grand?
Probably looking at 2 grand-ish, probably each.
No,
roughly.
Oh, each month.
Yeah.
2, 4, 6. I don't want a 6 grand wedding ring. I just don't really. Some people do, and that's fine. Like, but it wasn't. But again, he should know what I would.
Mm-hmm.
He should know if I care about that or not. I don't, and therefore it wasn't a huge. I didn't want to take. I'd rather spend more money on the wedding than
fair
the engagement ring, personally. However, I know other people where jewellery and bling and stuff like that is way more important, and that's okay. If Jack was buying you an engagement ring, sorry, when Jack buys you an engagement ring, would he know what to get?
Absolutely knows.
Okay. I reckon most people have told them roughly what they want, even if it's just like round, square,
The basics.
diamond, not a diamond. See, would you care if it was a diamond or not?
I wouldn't know the difference if I'm
No.
being completely honest.
No.
I don't. I'm not intelligent enough in.
No, you're just not a you're
I'm
just
not
a jeweler.
educated enough in the jewelry world. Holly would probably be like, "Fucking
That's a shit
ring."
diamond.
But like I said, I wouldn't know. Like, and I said before an episode, don't want to know the price. As long as I like the look of it, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you feel about rings being passed down?
Again, it's going to depend on if you like it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's been discussed and you say, I love that ring, blah, blah, blah. I like it when people use parts from another ring.
Agree.
Like that to me is cute. But it is difficult to do. I've heard, I'm talking because Holly's told me, it's difficult to do sometimes. Depends if it's the stone or if you want to melt down all the gold and put it in and blah, blah, blah. I just think the main thing is you've got to like it. It's got to be fit for purpose. Like I've physical work. I couldn't have a massive...
You don't, liar.
I'm strong as an ox, mate.
Bullshit.
I can't even put nails. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You don't do anything with your hands.
Yeah, I do. Anyway, but I couldn't have... I mean, it wasn't an option, but I couldn't have a massive diamond ring because I would lose it, and I'm not very good at looking after things.
Okay.
I haven't taken this off.
Question.
Yeah.
So, for example, you and Brian split up.
Yeah. I keep the ring.
And you can sell it.
I wouldn't sell it. Oh, this is such a tricky question, and I hope my mum and dad don't listen to this, but my mum and dad are split up. My mum gave me her engagement ring and was like, you can have it, you can use it. And I was like, no, it's tainted.
What do you do with it?
It's in my jewelry box at home. Like, I'll keep it sentimentally.
Yeah, you could give it to Isla or something, couldn't you?
Yeah, but why would she want a divorcee ring? I would, what would I do?
Don't just get him out down into like not a wedding ring.
Yeah, but it would still mean, nah, I think I have to get rid of it.
Pawn it. Should have put it towards wedding.
Which wedding?
Your wedding.
My next one.
No, your wedding. You should have pawned the ring. And put it
yeah, could have done. I think the person, you get to keep the ring and then you decide. Equally, he gets to keep his ring and I don't think he's doing much with it.
No, but he bought the fucking ring.
Which ring?
Your engagement ring.
Yeah, I know, but it's a gift. I'm not asking him for the Pokemon card back, am I? I would because I'm that petty.
Okay, right. So you've got your engagement ring, all's groovy,
Happy
you're
days.
engaged, you're getting excited for the wedding. So how far out do you have to start planning wedding rings?
To me, wedding rings is one of those things to tick off early.
Yeah.
Get all your big suppliers in, like sort out your wedding, and in that lull, that's when you do wedding rings, surely. You don't want to be doing it a couple of weeks before
Stressful.
the wedding, yeah. And you're going to kind of know what you want, roughly, but go and speak to professionals, like genuinely. I didn't have a clue, wouldn't have had a clue.
Silver or gold?
I went rose gold. I think
it's because you have to be different. Like that is you.
it actually complements my skin tone. Thank you.
Who told you that?
Holly.
Probably was more expensive.
No, it's because I always wear rose gold. I always have worn rose gold.
You haven't got rose gold necklace on.
That's because Brian bought me this and he didn't know to get rose gold. I don't think jewellery has to match. But my watches are rose gold.
Okay, fair.
Like I've got a lot of rose gold jewellery. And do you know, I don't even know if it looks that rose gold.
No, it doesn't. Because of all the like diamonds.
Yeah, like that does more. The underside.
Looks like a fucking...
But I knew you've got to kind of obviously match the engagement ring.
Yep.
And then you've got to figure out if you want it to go sit around it.
So, yeah, it's got a compliment massively. So then how much do you spend on wedding rings? Does the traditional, let's be traditional again. So the guy, how much do they spend on their ring? How much do you spend? Do they match?
No, see.
Does your ring match his ring?
Not even slightly. No, I don't need it to. Like, why? Why would it?
I'm just asking.
No,
you
no,
come as a pair.
No, but I'm...
It's a set, isn't it?
It's a set. No, I don't think so. So Brian originally got a silver one because we did the whole consultation. We went through all the colours. Annoyingly, rose gold looked really nice on him, but we decided that he'd be made fun of. So we went away from rose gold.
Why would he be made fun of?
Because it's a bit girly, isn't it?
Copper.
And seeing as he's a stay-at-home husband.
Oh, Brian.
So he went for silver and it looked really nice. And then, or titanium, I can't remember what it was. But he didn't really care.
Yeah.
I think most men, and I'm stereotyping everybody, most men don't really care. And I don't envisage that being the ring that Brian has in 20 years.
Oh, really?
Whereas I picture mine lasting that long.
Agree, yeah.
Just because they wreck it more, I think.
Jack said he wouldn't be able to wear a ring to work.
Oh, I bet he did.
There ain't no girls on site, I'll tell you that.
I can't wear a ring out in nightclubs either, babe.
No, probably. But he works in trade, so he's like...
You can get those like silicone rings, though. No, they don't look horrendous. Why does it make a little wooden one?
So yeah.
I think there's nothing sexier than a man wearing a ring. Hold on.
Wait.
I don't think there's anything sexier than your man wearing a wedding ring.
There we go, everyone. Heard it here first.
Like, I will look at it a few times and be like, I own you.
Here we go. Narcissist is back in the room.
But no, I don't think Brian will have that exact ring in 20 years' time. But I'm picturing mine as being, I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know why.
You didn't say about cost.
Do you know what? I don't know. Because it's the
Did
same
you
as...
have a big budget for your wedding rings?
Not. But again, what's big? It'll be big for some people and not for
Okay,
others.
tell me what's average.
I don't know. Should I Google it?
Yeah.
I do want to just say I don't like the average cost of things.
I agree.
Because it's just...
You
some
think
people...
the average cost of wedding styling is £1,000?
No, but it is the average cost because you get some people who spend zero. So apparently it's 2 months' salary for a wedding ring. To me,
No,
though,
it's that engagement ring. Where are all these rich people coming from? I really disagree with that statement as a whole, because you could earn 30 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, 150 grand. Why is it the more you earn, the more you got to spend?
I know. I think it should be on how much you not care, because care isn't the right word. Like, I really care about having a nice ring, but I don't. It's not the be all and end all.
The band. If you want, if music's really important to me, you spend more on a band.
She said music. Did you hear? In 2022, the typical couple spent approximately £700 on their wedding rings. To me, that's quite cheap. Again, to me, like, I don't. It depends where you sit in that.
Tell us how much you spent on your wedding rings.
I don't remember.
Brian will know.
He won't have a clue. I can't remember. It was more than £1,000 though.
Each, altogether?
No, altogether. But I have got a plain...
Yep, no, don't talk about that yet because I want to go into that after.
Okay, well, my diamond wedding band was more than £1,000. But then it's covered in diamonds.
Yeah.
Like, so you can get a simple gold band for cheap.
How do you feel about, again, typically, same-sex couples, but the man spending way less on his ring than yours?
Yeah, I think it should be. Like, it's literally a plain band. If I'm having a big-ass diamond-encrusted
So how much
ring,
is, like, too much for a standard band?
I don't know. It depends the quality of the gold. It depends if you're having gold, titanium, silver, rose gold. Depends if you want it to last. It depends what thickness. Depends what brush. Like, we literally looked at all the different types of, like, color, like size of the actual thickness of the band, because Brian's got quite small hands, so he didn't want a massive ring, whereas my dad has literally got the biggest hands in the world.
I'm literally just describing Brian, like,
I
small
love him
little dainty hands.
He's just a little girl
that are hard-working hands washing the pots at home.
Yeah, that he's soft hands. He has got soft, small hands.
This is why Brian needs a camera and a microphone when we do this podcast, so you can actually see his reaction.
Brian, is there anything you want to say about any of the comments I've made?
He eye-rolled.
Are they all true? Well then, he's got lovely, lovely hands. But again, you have to...
Small hand, small person,
you can't,
small penis.
Yeah. I have no issues with his penis.
Ew!
You asked. But you can't... This is the thing. You can't really just buy a ring online, because for a man especially, you need to know the thickness of that band. Otherwise, it'll take up half your knuckles. Oh, sorry.
So I've got a question.
Music. Yeah.
How do you find out your partner's ring size for a proposal?
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that?
So depending on who you go to, there's actually little clever tricks you can do.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is to get one of their rings that they wear on that hand. You can try and hope that their other hand's finger is the same size, and you can put it on the phone, and based on like a credit card, it can work out the size of it.
Nice.
You can get string to put around.
But they know Dinlo.
Sleeping.
Oh my god, if someone started touching my finger.
Do you want an engagement ring or not, Beth?
Yes.
Well,
hun.
then, if you woke up, you'd be like, oh, keep my eyes shut.
I'd be like, what the hell are you doing?
No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, what is happening? But you can work it out from that. Or you can sometimes just send a picture of the person and they can have a really good guess. Like that does actually happen. And then the trick is to go bigger. Yeah. Because you can always make it smaller.
Okay.
Or let's be honest, most people know and they tell them constantly. I was but never going to happen. He remembered it though, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's like a glove.
What were we saying? Okay, so you got that, and then you've got your wedding bands. How do you feel? How do you feel if Brian whacked out a H. Samuel box, a red box, which said H. Samuel on? How would you feel?
This is a very weighted question, because I would be upset because my friend does jewellery.
If your friend didn't do jewellery, how would you feel? Stop swerving
Yeah,
it.
but where else would you get it from?
A jeweller's?
No, I know, but they are a jeweller's.
Yeah, but like, I don't know why Argos and H. Samuel just got that stigma around, haven't
Don't
they?
act as if you'd say no if you whacked out that ring box. You told me it doesn't matter.
All he's got to do is put in a different ring box.
Yeah, do you know what? Actually, I totally agree.
That's all I care about.
Yeah, I have no issue on where the ring comes from, but if you can't spend £2 on a ring box, I agree. Okay, fair. You can have
So
that.
there's a difference between like high street jewellers,
Mm-hmm.
bespoke jewellers.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about it.
So high street jewellers, you're typically buying a product that they have in shop and you can look through and you can pick something. Jewellers typically will be able to work with you more and you say, this is the budget, this is the kind of ring I like, what can I do? And they'll say, right, we're going to pick a diamond, here's your options. You get a lot more sort of bespoke, yeah. And it feels nice to me that Brian had a say on this ring. I like that it...
Not just a...
Yeah, it's not one from a shop. But again, I like thoughtfulness. Other people might not care about that as much.
For sure.
And actually, it might be that they go to a high street shop, but they take her mum with them and they go and make it a thing. Like my dad got his new wife a ring and so I went and her daughter went and Isla. So it's kind of like a day out and we went to a little local thing in Cheltenham and picked a ring. So that was I think if you just make it a cute...
Mm-hmm.
My favourite part about like the ring and the proposal and stuff like that is that he showed Isla and he took her up to where we were getting engaged and did that bit. So actually when I look at the ring, that's what I think about,
Yeah.
which is cute. And he asked my dad.
Nice.
That's important for me. Not everybody. But I wanted the question there. As if my dad would say no.
I'm surprised your dad kept it from you.
So Brian asked him on Christmas Day and then we got engaged on the New Year's Eve.
Oh, so not too
It
long.
wasn't too long, no.
Were you nervous, Brian?
Were you?
Brian said little bit for anyone who didn't
He
hear.
used to talk louder, Brian. I wouldn't have pictured you being... Again, we've been together forever.
I bet he was like, fuck now, finally.
Yeah. Did he cry?
Did he?
Did he? I'm going to cry. Did he actually cry? That's fucking adorable. Oh,
Oh, I love that.
that's cute. See, this is the bit.
You've actually got tears in your eyes.
I know. It gets any relationship between Brian and my dad gets me. I just want them to be friends. It's all good they are, but that's all of the thing is like it's not an engagement ring. It's not that. It's not the piece of jewelry. It's none of that. It's all of the thought and the effort and the time and stuff that has gone behind that. So that's what you see when you look at the ring. That was a bit wet. Right, let's carry on.
Okay, so you've got a third ring.
I do.
Talk to us about that.
I think
Why you just got to be so different and extra?
Because it's my personality. So, I think because first of all, because we're a 3, we've always been. Well, we haven't always been, but we're a 3. And Holly had stupidly given me the idea, and then as soon as she said it, I was like, "That's perfect. I have to do that." So there's the wedding band, and also I never got a present for having a baby. Never got a push present, so I'll have it now. Thanks.
So you made Brian buy yours.
Well, it's all the same money, Beth, so it's irrelevant.
Oh, but that's a question. Do you buy your own wedding ring? Does you put it together? Do you buy his? Do you buy hers?
Well, we share all money, so it's actually we might be slightly different. I don't know. Some couples might share, but everything came from the same, so it doesn't really matter. But I mean, technically, I got more from it.
You don't share all money. That's a lie.
Yeah, we do.
You don't.
We do.
You said in the other episode you buy your own
Sorry.
clothes.
Okay, hold on. Let me explain then. So from all the money that we make, we both keep
All the money you
all
make.
the money we make. From all the money we make, we keep a couple of £100 back ourselves, same amount, and then everything else goes together. So it's all the same money.
Ooh. So how did he buy your engagement ring?
From his own pot.
So we had to save.
Yeah.
You really had to save.
That was the point, though. That was what previous arguments had been about, because I was like, you're not even saving for it, you're not even thinking about it. And then,
little did you know.
Little did I know that it was then happening. And I'm very proud of him, because it would have taken quite a lot to save without me knowing, because it wasn't coming from our joint money. So, well done.
Doesn't he manage the finances anyway? Just take that out of Georgina Rose events.
Little slip.
Business expense. You would probably be like, yeah, that's fine. No worries.
What's this big payment to Holly Robinson Jewellery?
I'll take it. No worries. Okay, fine. So you've got the third ring.
So we've got, I have a diamondy wedding ring. I've got a plain rose gold eternity ring. And then I've got a diamondy engagement ring. And it just looks pretty.
Diamondy.
It's pretty.
Okay.
And then Isla gave me that ring during the ceremony. So it's all very meaningful. Like I literally don't take these off at all, even though I know I should, but I don't want to.
You're not engaged then?
What?
You know, won't be engaged then or
What?
married if you take them off.
Yeah, I won't. Yeah. It means
Life's over.
you're supposed to take it off at night, aren't you?
I don't know.
I don't take it off
have
ever.
jewelry yet.
Because if I lost it, I would literally die.
Yeah.
Whereas I think weirdly, if Brian lost his ring, I wouldn't be as annoyed.
So talking about that, insurance.
Yeah.
Always insure your jewelry.
Yes, especially typically guys or whoever buys an engagement ring get it insured like
That day.
now, because I've seen the TikToks where they get on one knee and then it falls in the river. Don't want that.
And a
Insure
lot
it
of
in
it's
your
not
house.
covered. Yeah, I was gonna say some of it's covered on home insurance, some of it's not.
Yeah, because if it's something like it's
so-
insured if it gets taken from your home, but if you leave with the home with it on, it's not insured
Yeah.
anymore. And it's like that's
Just get
very
ring
confusing.
insurance.
Yeah, ring insurance.
Okay, so
Mm.
moving on from rings. So wedding jewelry.
I find this so hard.
Like, what is the norm? Earrings, no earrings, necklace, no necklace, bracelet, no bracelet, men's watches. There's so many possibilities.
This is why I got to that point in the wedding planning and went, I'm not doing this right
Fuck
now.
this.
Can't be bothered. So first of all, I think you need to know what you're wearing
And your hair.
and kind of your hair, I'd say. Even if, because I went for a plainer dress, so therefore I knew I needed nicer earrings. And then you kind of think, well, how much hair do I want covering? I guess, again, it depends on how important that is. But I didn't want a necklace because, first of all, to pick a necklace that you wear on your wedding day was just too stressful for me. And because I was going quite new, like classy, but I then went for like drop pearl
Nice.
little dots.
I do love a good pair of earrings.
Yeah, I'm really happy. They looked really nice. I was pleased with those and really happy with those. This is what annoys me about the word narcissist is I can't even be positive. No,
joking.
but this is why I talked about it with Brian, is because I was like, why is narcissist a bad word when you're just trying to...
Because I think there's elements from
Yeah, I
it.
know.
If for anyone who actually listened, I don't even
Sorry,
know if it was
sorry.
included in the
Yeah.
last episode or whatever, but it's just a private joke with Georgie. I'm not being nasty.
I was lucky though, because we had the legal wedding. I felt I could be a little bit more out there.
Wait.
Whoa,
I need to
whoa.
ask some questions here. I've totally swerved past something.
Okay.
On your legal wedding, did you exchange rings?
Yes.
And then on your wedding, you took it off and exchanged rings?
Yes. That was...
Fraud. that, my friends,
Yeah?
is called fraud.
Is it? Well,
You should have done Isla's ring then.
no, because she wasn't part of... She didn't do that bit. The registrars would have been well confused. They wouldn't have done that. No, I wanted to do the rings because I wanted there to be the legal part behind them. I was then going to take them off.
When did you take it off?
Well, I was going to straight away, and then it looked so pretty that I didn't. So I just left it on for a bit and then took them off before the other
Okay.
wedding.
And who'd you give them to? Who's meant to look after the rings?
The best man.
Yeah.
Depends if you trust them.
Did you trust yours?
I think I gave them to Brian.
Oh.
And then Brian gave them to the best man just before. But they will be checked. They will check that you've got them. But from the legal one, I wanted to do the ring, so it was part
Set
of
in
this.
stone,
Yeah, part of the ceremony.
Otherwise, I'm like, I ain't married.
I
And
ain't
then
married. Where's
they
the
don't
ring?
ring on my finger.
But I did feel like I could go a bit cooler with jewelry, so I had some really nice earrings that I really liked for the legal wedding, which I wouldn't have worn for my wedding day because again, I want to try and keep that. You know, when everyone's like, you want to be classy on your wedding day,
Yeah.
timeless. So I wanted to go then just safer on the wedding. I don't remember if I wore a necklace. I don't think I wore a necklace either. But again, I'm not a massive jewelry person.
Not a jewelry gal.
No, so I didn't really. Not that I didn't care about it. It just wasn't my top priority.
What's too much jewelry?
I don't think there is too much. I don't think you should be wearing a watch as a bride.
Mhm.
First of all, you don't need to be checking the time. You don't need to know. Second of all,
Unless it's sentimental.
unless it's sentimental. Yeah, agreed. If you walk down the aisle with a Apple Watch on, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
It's like they always say that, don't they? Like girls when you go out and they've got all these nice pictures and they've got Apple Watch on.
Lighten up. You can't have that. You're not having that.
She's counting her steps, hon.
Won't allow it.
She's counting her steps,
Well,
boo.
add on 12 for the aisle, and I'll add them up after for you. You don't do that. Don't do that. Unless you invented it, it doesn't make sense. But what I found really helpful, and I include hair pieces in all this, is I just bought lots
All right, big time baller.
from Shein.
Oh.
Not jewelry,
Hair
but
pieces. Do you know, I underestimated hair pieces so much until we did a styled shoot a couple of years ago, and I was like, wow,
they're hard. They're really hard to get right.
They're beautiful when they're
Mhm.
right. And I think they look stun.
Yeah, I bought a couple.
Like, you don't wear a hairpiece every day, you know?
Never wear a hairpiece.
Like, it's literally one of the things that are like,
So I bought a couple that I knew that I would just then test out. And then literally when she'd done my hair, we just held up a couple to see what would look right. Same for the bridesmaids and Isla and the flower girl. I had a few different choices and then we all kind of picked on the day, which to me was so much nicer because then, like, again, you don't get a chance to put on the dress, the hair, the makeup and do the whole thing and see what it's going to look like. That's the bit I find really difficult, is picturing what this is going to go together like. So I wanted options. Your gal likes options. Would you go big on jewellery?
I'm not a massive jewellery gal.
I was going to say, you're not wearing much now.
But it's because I lose it all. Like, this is my thing. I can't have expensive items. Just lose them. Take them off. My watch stuck. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I probably have some, again, I'd probably have some nice earrings.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on a necklace, you know, because I think it all depends on the neckline of the dress. And
the
I feel
necklace has got to be perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Little bracelet maybe. Little dainty. I'm a dainty kind of girl.
Holly told me that I had to wear a bracelet on the naked hand.
Yeah.
So when you walk down the aisle, the naked hand would be your left hand because your engagement ring would be on the other hand or not on. So you need something on there, which I'm really glad she said that because then I put something on. Do you know what? I had so many compliments on this bracelet I wore and it was like the cheapest bracelet ever. It was literally Shein, probably 50p. Like literally I just bought loads of stuff to be like, oh, I can just try lots of things out. So it wasn't, but
so it doesn't have to be expensive.
Doesn't have
I think
to be
as long as
expensive.
it's shiny.
Because you have to think as well, am I going to wear this again?
No. Yeah, maybe.
But I do like sentimental jewelry as well. I love it when there's a little bit of meaning behind something.
Yep.
All for that.
Yep.
Just quickly, yes or no? Tiaras.
Not for me.
Okay.
Personally.
Headbands.
But I've seen them done well.
Headbands.
Depends on the vibe.
Okay.
I feel
bought
like you can
headbands.
get the cool, like, you know, like more of the quirkier brides, more of the like
looks sick.
Can look really cool. Yeah.
I bought more different stuff for the evening as well. I bought a headband.
Yeah.
I just bought stuff and then took it all with me and then see how I felt. Yeah. I didn't wear the headband in the end, I don't think. No.
But I've seen some people with headbands and
they smash it.
They look
I think that's
cool.
why I bought one, is because I'd seen a bride and was like, you look cool. And then I put it on. I was like, oh,
I
don't
cool.
look cool. Okay, I've got 3 tips for wedding rings from a jeweler. Ready? Number 1 is check that the wedding ring fits in hot and cold weather, which is why it's best to shop early.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is don't settle for something that just about matches or just about fits your engagement ring. Your wedding ring is meant to last you a lifetime, which is a good point because when we talk about budget, if we're being realistic, it is the only thing you get to keep from your wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And number 3 is get your wedding ring refurbished or cleaned before the wedding so that your rings stack nicely together and they both look brand new. The contrast of a worn engagement ring and a brand new ring is gross in your photos. And gross. And I agree with that because I remember putting them, like, you know, when you mess around before the wedding and you put them in the box and I was like, ugh, the diamonds on that, I sound so posh. The diamonds on that one don't look as nice as, and so I properly cleaned it. And a little tip for the cleaning. So this is a job for the night before the wedding. If you don't have like a dazzle stick or anything like that, hot water, washing up liquid, mix it around, put the ring in there, and then just, if you've got one of those soft toothbrushes, just brush it off.
If not, dazzle stick.
Dazzle stick is my best friend. Love a dazzle stick. Might buy 100 and sell them on.
Sponsor us.
Should we do bitches from a bride?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Hey. How do we deal with people's expectations? We are planning a very small wedding, 30 of the closest people. That means aunts, cousins, and other relatives don't get invited. I've been putting out fires for days now because people are disappointed in our guest list. I was accused of starting a war and being a bitch. Mate, fuck these people. I think you need a response in your notes on your phone.
Just generic.
That is like, clearly I've been asked this 50 times and it says, blah, 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 and I have decided that we want an intimate wedding of 30 people. I'm so sorry that we can't have everybody that we know and love there, but this is a decision we've made and we ask that you respect our wishes.
Done.
Boom. Send. Done. Send. Done. Like, you can't, that's so unfair.
Mm-hmm.
So unfair of people. You can be sad. You're allowed to be sad that you're not invited. That's okay, because like, I love a wedding. If I don't get invited, I'm like, oh, okay. But it's not
That's
my
how you
wedding.
feel about mine.
You can't have Isla then. We come as a 2.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we come as a 3. If you want Brian as
and
well.
Isla come
Could
together.
you imagine? See, this is when I have to then, you know, when people say, oh, I want to invite blah, 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 but not blah, blah, blah. And we're always like, yeah, you do you. But actually, if you actually invited Brian and Isla and not me,
You can't ever make any housewarming parties. So Brian and Isla are going to
Oh
come
my God,
and I'm going
right.
to show Isla
She's annoyed at me
her
because she's
new-
booked a
her new-
June Saturday.
her new bedroom for when she comes and stays.
Mate.
I'm going to show her it.
Joker. If anybody I know is doing anything on a Saturday in wedding season, I'm not coming.
Sounds like you problem, mate.
Yeah, it is. You can't then
Work-life
invite
balance
Brian.
is poor.
I really like my job though.
Poor.
But I love my job. Poor. Piss poor preparation makes piss
poor.
poor. What's the saying?
Piss poor preparation makes piss poor. Oh, piss poor preparation makes poor performance.
Okay. That's
Something
probably
like
not. Tip jar? Jinx.
For anyone hearing, that's my ring. Not my engagement ring. Chair drapes.
Am I answering for you or answering for me?
You do you, boom.
I don't like them on every chair. My opinion.
Okay.
I like them on the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
I think it sets a nice aisle. I'm just not personally. I prefer to put that budget into more decor and have flowers on the aisle chairs instead. That's just my opinion. And also, I don't want to do bows on the back of chairs. Go on, what's your...
Amen, sis. Amen.
Do you know that answer?
So, chair drapes, one of those things.
Yeah.
How I describe it is, you know, when people probably still have these chair drapes, so it's a bit rude of me to say, but you know the spandex ones, the white chair covers,
Chair covers, yes.
with the bows,
Yes.
the organza bows, very 2000s,
90s.
90s, 78. Do you know what I mean? Very, very. And then Shivari chairs came in, and that was the new norm.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone dressed as Shivari chairs. My question to you: why do you want to have a chair drape?
Yes.
What is it you're trying to achieve?
Fair.
Are you trying to add colour? Do you not
Mhm.
like the chairs? What is it? Do you think because it's a wedding you need to do a chair drape? Because
Interesting.
that's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
Don't do things just because you think it's a wedding does it. That didn't really make sense, but you know what I'm saying. Chair drapes, I've got clients that still do them. We don't do them anymore. We've discontinued them. So we still have clients that do them. And I'm not against them. The white ones I can work with.
I like the ones that are a bit different.
Yeah.
Like you did at one point, like the ruffly ones. Like I think they're cute.
yeah.
Like that sort of stuff. But again, it's going to depend on the vibe of the wedding, the venue as well.
Trends come and go.
Yeah.
And this is just another trend. So now what you're seeing, basically, go and look at Australian weddings, go look at American weddings, because we follow a year after them.
Why can't we think of our own stuff?
That is kind of how it works.
Yeah.
Australia absolutely dominate when it comes to styling.
Really?
Yeah. Mega.
Wow. What are they doing at the moment then?
It's literally like mirrored tabletops, chairs, like
Yeah.
it's the people like, oh, that's not realistic, we can't do that. It's because no one's doing it in the UK.
Yeah.
Or a very small amount of
it's
people are
like
doing
the
it.
Prosecco walls, the live Prosecco walls that just come out. I've had so many people ask me, and I'm like, we don't do it yet. Nobody does it yet. Like,
Yeah.
there's so few suppliers. 'cause
That's
it
in
takes
Australia.
time.
It's because you know what? It's destination weddings because it's
Yeah.
outdoors.
Yes.
A lot of it is flexible in all different types of weather. Like the chairs can go outside and
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
fun stuff. So for me, chair drapes are a no,
Okay.
but I'm not offended unless
Yeah.
if they're done properly. I just think upgrade your furniture, upgrade your table linen. That is how you elevate your wedding very quickly and make it different.
Agree. Okay.
We agree.
Yeah. Look at us.
Look at us, eh? Who would
Look
have
at us.
thought?
But again, you do
You
you
do
guys.
you.
You know this.
Love
You've
you
learnt this by
all.
now. That's the end of the episode. We will see you all next week. We'll be back. You know us. We are your reliable gals that are here every single Wednesday, ready to give you all the wedding goss.
Love it.
Love it. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.